God, sometimes my heart races for no reason I can name. I wake up with a weight pressing down before the sun even rises. I long for a peace that surpasses all the noise in my mind. You see the tears that never fall and the thoughts I never say. You know how I try to hold it all together for my family. But inside, I'm tired and stretched thin. I need you to meet me in the quiet spaces where fear grows. Wrap me in your comfort when I can't find my own words. I remember the story of the woman who touched your robe. She was desperate, unseen, hoping for just a moment of relief. I feel her ache in my own chest, reaching for something steady. Sometimes I wonder if I'm too much or not enough. You remind me I'm seen, known, and loved even in my trembling. You don't turn away from my anxious thoughts or restless nights. Instead, you draw near, whispering that I belong to you. Help me believe that your nearness is my good. I think about the lilies in the field, how they don't worry or strive. Yet you clothe them with beauty and care for every detail. Teach me to trust that you see the details of my life too. When my mind spirals with what-ifs and worst-case scenarios, remind me that you hold tomorrow and nothing surprises you. Help me release my grip on control and rest in your hands. Let me breathe deep and remember that you are with me. Even when I don't feel strong, you are strong for me. Sometimes I compare myself to others and feel like I'm falling behind. I see their calm, their confidence, and wonder what's wrong with me. But you made me with intention, with a purpose only I can fill. You don't ask me to be perfect, just present with you. When shame creeps in and tells me I'm failing, remind me that your grace is enough for today. You don't measure me by my anxiety but by your love. Help me to see myself through your eyes, gentle and kind. There are days when my thoughts feel like a storm I can't quiet. I try to pray, but words get tangled in my throat. You promise that your spirit intercedes for me with groans too deep for words. Even when I can't speak, you hear the cry of my heart. Let your peace settle over me like a soft blanket. Calm the waves inside and steady my steps. Help me to trust that I am safe with you. Remind me that you are my shelter in every storm. I confess that sometimes I doubt your goodness when anxiety is loud. It's hard to see past the fog and remember your faithfulness. But you have carried me through valleys before. You have been my rescue when I didn't know the way out. Remind me of the stones of remembrance in my own story. Moments when you showed up and made a way. Let gratitude grow in the soil of my anxious heart. Help me to notice your fingerprints in the ordinary. I lift up my family, my children, and those I love. I worry about their future, their health, their happiness. But I know you love them even more than I do. Help me to entrust them into your care. Teach me to pray for them without carrying the weight alone. Let me model faith and surrender, even when I feel weak. Give me wisdom and patience for each new day. Remind me that you are working in their lives too. When I feel isolated, like no one understands my struggle, remind me that I am never truly alone. You promise to be with me always, even to the end of the age. Bring people into my life who can listen and encourage. Help me to reach out when I need support. Let me be honest about my needs without shame. Show me the strength in vulnerability and the courage to ask for help. Build a community around me that reflects your love. I ask for rest, not just for my body but for my soul. Teach me to slow down and notice your presence in small moments. Let me find joy in laughter, in sunlight, in quiet mornings. Restore my mind with thoughts that are true, noble, and lovely. Help me to set healthy boundaries and say no when I need to. Give me the courage to pursue what brings life and peace. Let me feel your delight in me, even on anxious days. Remind me that I am cherished, not for what I do, but for who I am. Sometimes I feel pressure to have it all together. But you invite me to come as I am, mess and all. You don't require polished prayers or perfect faith. You meet me in the middle of my chaos and confusion. Let me rest in the truth that your grace is sufficient. Help me to release the need to perform or impress. Let my heart find freedom in your acceptance. Thank you for loving me right here, right now. On nights when sleep escapes me and worries multiply, let your promises be the lullaby that soothes my mind. You say you give rest to those you love. Let me trust that even in sleeplessness, you are near. Help me to breathe in your peace and exhale my fears. Remind me that I am held, even in the dark. Let your presence be the comfort that settles my soul. Guide me gently into the rest I long for. My mind often replays mistakes and regrets. I struggle to forgive myself for things I can't change. But you offer new mercies every morning. You separate my failures as far as east is from west. Help me to accept your forgiveness and let go of shame. Teach me to extend grace to myself as you do. Let me walk in freedom, unburdened by the past. Remind me that I am a new creation in you. For those watching, there's a special ebook in our pinned comment called Don't Think, Trust and Surrender that can help ease anxiety symptoms. Remember, this complements but doesn't replace professional guidance. Sometimes I worry about the future and all that could go wrong. But you remind me that each day has enough trouble of its own. Help me to stay present and trust you with what's ahead. Let me find hope in your promises and faithfulness. When I feel overwhelmed by uncertainty, anchor me in your truth. Give me courage to face each day with confidence in your care. Let my heart rest in the assurance that you are already there. Thank you for walking with me into every unknown. I long for deep connection, for friendships that feel safe and real. Sometimes I fear being a burden or misunderstood, but you created me for community and belonging. Help me to build relationships rooted in honesty and grace. Let me both give and receive support without fear. Show me how to celebrate others without comparison. Let my life be a reflection of your love to those around me. Remind me that I am part of a bigger story. There are moments when I feel paralyzed by decisions, afraid of making the wrong choice and letting others down. You promise to give wisdom generously to those who ask. Help me to trust your guidance, even when the path isn't clear. Let me move forward in faith, knowing you go before me. Remind me that mistakes are not the end, but part of the journey. Give me peace in the process and patience with myself. Let your voice be louder than my fears. I see the beauty of your creation and remember your power. Mountains, oceans, and stars all speak of your greatness. If you care for the sparrows, how much more do you care for me? Let me marvel at your handiwork and find comfort in your care. Help me to pause and notice the gifts in each day. Let gratitude shift my focus from what's lacking to what's given. Remind me that every good thing comes from your hand. Thank you for the blessings I often overlook. When my body feels the effects of anxiety, tight chest, racing heart, help me to listen to what it's telling me, not just push through. Give me wisdom to care for myself with kindness. Let me find healing in rest, movement, and nourishment. Remind me that my worth is not tied to productivity. Help me to honor the limits you've given me. Let me be gentle with myself on hard days. Thank you for being patient as I learn to slow down. I bring you my dreams and desires, the hopes I'm afraid to speak aloud. You know the longings hidden deep in my heart. Help me to trust that you are working all things for my good, even when answers are delayed or look different than I expect. Let me surrender my plans and trust your timing. Remind me that no prayer is wasted and no tear unseen. Give me faith to keep hoping and believing. Thank you for being faithful in every season. Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning in expectations, trying to meet everyone's needs and losing myself in the process. You invite me to come and find rest, to lay down burdens I was never meant to carry. Help me to set boundaries that protect my peace. Let me find joy in serving without resentment. Remind me that I am enough just as I am. Thank you for the freedom to be myself. When disappointment and loss threaten to harden my heart, help me to grieve honestly and bring my pain to you. You are close to the brokenhearted and save those crushed in spirit. Let me find comfort in your presence and hope in your promises. Teach me to trust that you can bring beauty from ashes. Let me hold on to faith even when I don't understand. Remind me that my story isn't over. Thank you for the hope that anchors my soul. I pray for courage to face each day with open hands, to trust that you are with me in every moment. Let me find strength in your joy and peace in your presence. Help me to notice your goodness in unexpected places. Let my life be marked by gratitude and trust. Remind me that I am never alone in my struggles. Thank you for the gift of your constant companionship. Let my heart rest in the peace that exceeds understanding. On days when anxiety feels like a shadow I can't escape, help me to remember that you are my light and my song. Let your truth break through the darkness and bring hope. Remind me that fear does not define me. You have given me a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. Help me to stand firm in your promises. Let me walk in freedom and confidence. Thank you for the victory I have in you. I ask that your peace would fill every corner of my mind, driving out fear and making room for joy. Let your love be the anchor that holds me steady. Help me to trust you with every anxious thought. Remind me that I am safe in your care. Thank you for the gift of your presence. Let my life be a testimony of your faithfulness. Guide me as I share your peace with others. If this prayer has comforted you, please like, share, and help others find this message of hope and peace.